Hey, what's up, guys? It's Dez. So I don't know about you, but I'm kind of excited to get ready for 2017. I'm excited on the prospects for how I can improve myself personally, professionally, spiritually, so on and so forth. So I kind of set a guide together for myself, and I wanted to share that with you guys in terms of what I'm going to do to approach 2017 and make it better than 2016. And so obviously all of us have various aspects of life, right? So you have your personal life, which is just you, all right? How you deal with yourself. And a lot of people kind of neglect that. You don't really take the time to really communicate with yourself. And then you have like your professional life, your work life, so your job and how that affects you, and it can affect every other aspect of your life, and vice versa. The other aspects of your life can affect your work life. You have your spiritual life, or your meditation, regardless of your beliefs. That also affects the other parts of your life. And then you have your family life. So you have the other people, your family and friends, who have a vital influence on your life, and how you approach life and your motivation. A lot of times you get your motivation from your spiritual and your family. So and a lot of the things life that you've learned from those areas as well. So going into 2017, I just wanted to advise you guys, you can take the advice or not, this is just my opinion, to take some time in December to go through a step process to really make sure that you're physically and emotionally ready to go into 2017. So the first week I'm going to spend, and I suggest that you spend patting yourself on the back for the things that you've accomplished. And it doesn't have to be just in 2016. It could be, prior to that. Take some time and pat yourself on the back for the things that you've accomplished, whether it be, personally, professionally, in your family life, building new relationships, new people that you've met. It could be, you got a promotion at the job. Take some time and congratulate yourself, and take some time and speak with yourself to encourage yourself. Take some time and encourage yourself, because there's nobody who can encourage you better than you can yourself. Because if you're encouraging yourself, then you have to actually believe what it is that you're telling yourself. Take some time, look in the mirror and say, hey, you're really good at this, right? And that's part of just being comfortable with yourself, and not always focusing on what you haven't done, what you haven't accomplished. If you're in fitness and wellness, if you got your diet on track, if you lost a lot of weight, if you lost 50 pounds, take some time and say, man, you really kick butt losing weight this year. And don't focus on what you haven't done yet, or that you could have done more. Take some time and say, that's pretty awesome what you did, because everybody hasn't done that. Everybody can't do that. So take some time and pat yourself on the back. If you were working out consistently, you may not have met all of your goals, but that's a big accomplishment. Going and getting up early in the morning, or going in the evenings, or going by yourself to the park, day in and day out. Take some time and pat yourself on the back for being consistent in terms of valuing yourself and your health. That's vital, and that's of vital importance. And if you don't encourage yourself for doing it, you won't place the importance on it that's necessary for you to continue. And so when you reach a stressful point in life, you'll cut that out. So you gotta place the value on it by congratulating yourself for it as an accomplishment. All right. So take week one, and this is kind of a rollover type thing. So week one, take some time, pat yourself on the back. Week two, you're going to also do what you did in week one. You're going to continue to pat yourself on the back. And it could be something different than what you were patting yourself on the back in week one, or it could be one per day, just going through and patting yourself on the back. Hey, I'm really good at this. And you build up your confidence in yourself, your self-confidence to and what you're able to do in that area. And so you approach it with more vigor and more aggression because your confidence level is higher now. All right. Week 2, you want to start to focus on, your relationships, right? Because, if you're happy with yourself, now you can make other people happy. And your relationships are why we live. Nobody wants to live by themselves, with no relationships whatsoever. And people who do are not happy people. So your relationships are vital to your life, to your success, to the the emotion and the drive that you have. Are you working to supply for your family or take care of your family? Are there people that you've helped, without anything in return? There's nothing more fulfilling than helping somebody and expecting or getting nothing in return, because that means you just did so out of the goodness of your heart. And it could be something like that, and what you did to help somebody else, because you've built a gratitude or a relationship with somebody based on your giving to that person. And people in your life, people that you love, you may have gotten disconnected with, call them, tell them you love them, and just make sure they know that even though you may not talk that often, that they're still on your mind, they're still on your heart, and they're still important to you. So take some time in week 2 to pat yourself on the back and to reconnect and start to focus on your family, through this holiday season, because tomorrow's not promised to anybody, and you got to take the time to really enjoy those relationships and friendships while you have them. All right. Now, week 3, we're going to start to say, focus on, our professional lives and bringing in, those things as well. So your professional life, what you've done on the job, what you've gotten accomplished. A lot of times we still tend to focus on what we haven't done yet at work, and don't take the time to say, hey man, I got a lot done this year. If you got a promotion, you're still patting yourself on that back. And from the promotion in week 1, you should still be patting yourself on the back and encouraging yourself from that. But now it's time to, start to focus on, okay, what do I want to do now? What's next? What's next for me? How can I use my strength to continue to advance? All right. And also, how can I keep it under control so that it doesn't overwhelm the other parts of my life? All right. Because a lot of us, will take work, and work will completely overwhelm and overpower the rest of our life. We won't take any time to ourselves, and we'll stress out, and all of our thoughts will be centered around what's going on at work. And if you do that, you're going to be one stressed out person. If you don't take any time to yourself to appreciate and communicate with yourself, which is why fitness and wellness is so important, because it's time that you dedicate to yourself. All right, your meditation, your spiritual time, those are times that are dedicated to you and taking care of yourself mentally and physically. All right, so also plan that, and also, with your family, rededicate yourself to, the time that you're going to spend with your family without distraction. And that's a big one nowadays. We've got phones, we got all kind of stuff that's a constant distraction. Take some time and rededicate yourself to what you're going to do with your family, and not allowing those other things to overwhelm them. All right. So that's week 1, 2, 3, and we're, like I said, these are rolling over. So we're continuing to build. All right. And then, as we get towards the end of the month, it's time to start setting some challenges. All right. And that's setting goals for next year in every area, And so you got all these different areas, right? You got your personal, you have your spiritual, you have your relationships, you have your professional, and you have your health and wellness. All right. So if you were to set one goal in each one of those, then you got 5 goals. If you set 2, you got 10 goals. That's just a lot to keep track of, especially when you're setting a goal that's going to take consistent effort, all right, and consistent involvement in terms of your physical thought and resources. You don't want to overwhelm yourself. So set some goals that are going to take something for you to accomplish, and that are going to require the small things to get done. So don't set minuscule goals. Set fairly big goals that are going to take you doing the small things in order to accomplish them. All right, and don't set too big of goals. Don't set yourself out too far. Definitely challenge yourself, but don't overextend yourself. All right, and going into 2017, when January 1st hits, you'll be ready to to hit the ground running, at the gym, taking care of yourself, and with the confidence that you built from patting yourself on the back for a whole month. All right, and that's it really, man. We're going to focus on ourselves and making sure we're an asset to ourselves, so we can be an asset to everybody else. All right, I'm Des White, signing out, here to help you guys. Holler at you later. Peace.